less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less.
Welcome to the shortwave radio channel, and been playing around with the Tacsun S-2200x. I gotta say, I love it. I'm having a lot of fun. It's a big radio. It's something, for us older guys, big radios have this magic to them because that's what we grew up with. Little portables that were very small were either very expensive or were not really what we wanted. We wanted big radios, and that's what we had in the 70s, the 80s. And this, well, looks like, those radios at the time. A little more modern, though, but just amazing. So this is Chesapeake, Virginia weather.
Seas 2 feet or less. Friday night. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less. Saturday. East winds less than 10 knots in the morning. Becoming...
One of the things that is interesting about the Tacsun S-2200x that I say is an improvement. So it's not exactly the same circuit inside this radio than these other radios. It's a variation of it. When you calibrate, one of the first observations I had on the PL990 and H501X, when you calibrate, say, 6 megahertz, if you go up, way up, and you're on 21 megahertz, you might need to recalibrate again because for some reason it's a little off as you move in frequency. It's not a big deal because, it takes a few seconds and it's done. But I've noticed that S-2200X calibration is equal everywhere. So once you calibrate somewhere in the spectrum, the shortwave spectrum, wherever you're going on the spectrum, it always sounds perfect. It's tuned perfectly. And not just that, I'm listening to the Chesapeake, Virginia here. I tried the different frequencies and they all sound the same. I haven't recalibrated this radio since I had it the first day, which means it's not just only good at keeping its calibration and frequency, but it's good at keeping it through time, which is also something that the 990 and the H501 don't necessarily have. So this is definitely an improvement over these radios. They've tweaked the circuits and they've made this a better receiver. As for the little things that people comment on, like the S meter, honestly, I don't really care much about the S meter, about the fact that it's kind of cute to have, but I rarely look at these things because they're all always off. They're never very precise. My ears are good enough to see how good a signal is. But I know that, for some of you, this is an important thing. There's really not that much of any negative that I have on this radio. So it's going to be interesting when the pricing comes out from Anonco to see how much it's going to cost. But this is definitely a very nice radio, and compared to the original S2000, a big step up. And at least, the original is discontinued, so people are going to buy something good if they buy this now. And it's really cool. Having a lot of fun also. I had kind of a little thinking of how, when I started on shortwave 40 years ago, never thought that, I'd be reviewing radios today and that'd be part of my living. It's kind of cool when you think about it. Of course, all of it and a lot of it has to do with all of you guys. I want to thank you guys for being here, being great fans. And like I say, whether a radio's given or a radio's paid, I will always be very fair on its performance. So, Chesapeake, Virginia, marine weather forecasts on 13089 upper sideband.
Seas 2 feet or less. Saturday night. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less. Sunday. Variable winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less. Sunday night. Variable winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less.